talked about sense of purpose, and also you've talked about, that you have to have curiosity and it has to have some defined purpose. Tell us more about how and why your purpose evolved.
Well, for me, the first part was really easy. I grew up poor. I was on welfare, lived in homeless shelters, in cars, all that kind of stuff. And you can imagine it was challenging. And also, you can see how growing up poor, the logical conclusion is that money will make life work. So for me, originally, it was all about money, right? And as I stated, I ran my own company for a while. And just before then, I went back to the boys' camp to be a counselor. And this time, I basically volunteered my paycheck back to them. But while I was there and everyone had the normal money conversations, how much I'm making, how it's not enough, I was freed from it in the camp context. And it's the first time I'd ever had that experience. So it was very strange, but it also piqued my curiosity, because if it wasn't all about money, which had been my driving purpose, what was it about, right? And so at one point then, as I'd had my campers and we're out backpacking, I'm sitting on a big rock in the Kern River, watching my campers go, just thinking about some of this. There's an old hiker goes by, said hi to us and kept going. And it started making me wonder about age and about the same conversation I was in. And what would my purpose be when I was later? And I thought, well, what would I be like on my deathbed? And what would I wish that I had done in my life? And those thoughts really kind of hit me strong, because I didn't have a good answer. But it made me really wonder, am I going to be wishing I'd made more money? And the answer was realizing, no, it's not going to be about that. So I was left kind of unsettled. My purpose was in question. And while it was like a lightning strike saying, hey, it's not about money, there was no second lightning strike going, here's the answer. It left me with an inquiry that I had to wrestle with for a time. In hindsight, right, purpose to me is something that ignites my internal passion, allows me to be a force of nature. And it's that bootstrap when I don't want to do what I need to do, where I still do it because I have a bigger commitment than just what's available in front of me. And now, as I've also have learned, purpose changes as we evolve. And like after that experience, while I was struggling for what's my purpose now, at the time my girlfriend and I had broken up. After this insight, we got back together again. Today we're married. We have a great relationship and a couple of kids, right? I also reduced my hours. I started changing my company, and I started a new company. So it gave me enough to realize that it was more about a balanced life, and it was more about being successful, not just in money, but in my vision at the time, also creating a successful company. So don't be afraid to change who you are. When the human species is adaptable, what we have to do is to embody the learnings. And just like in muscle memory or neuroplasticity, if you're wired a certain way and you realize you need to change, just realize you have to put, usually in my mind, more energy into it than you put into getting there in the first place, so that you can actually change that and evolve who you are. So purpose will keep going. And that curiosity to me is something that helps keep it alive and keeps expanding it and finding new ways of expressing it.